My name is Peter Forster, and I'm a clinical professor of psychiatry at UCSF and also clinical director of the Gateway Psychiatric Clinic. And I'm going to be talking about the retrospective mood chart. What is it? It's one of the most powerful tools to help people who've not been successful with treatment in the past. It's a summary of information from many sources into a graphical representation of your mood, functioning, and anxiety over time. The result allows the clinician and the patient to jointly make the best decisions possible in terms of treatment. What we do is we take information from medical records, from interviews, and from pharmacy records, and we turn them into a summary, a graphical representation of your mood over time that allows us to make subtle distinctions about medication effects, non-medication effects, and determine what the best combination is likely to be for you. How does it work? Well, data collection involves collecting information from medical records, pharmacy records, and a series of conversations with you and perhaps family interviews. All of that information, we review it, we enter it into custom software that we've developed for this purpose that allows us to summarize and display this information in a very time-efficient way. And then we review this information with you and make decisions about treatment options based on what we found and what we discussed. What does it cost? Well, a number of factors determine the ultimate cost. How many interviews are needed, the complexity of the records that we'll be reviewing, and the ease of getting information, whether it's easy to get records from your doctors, whether perhaps you have those records. So all of those determine the cost. But a typical retrospective mood chart will cost between $750 and $1,500. On the other hand, the cost of ineffective previous treatment can easily run into thousands of dollars. Now, other questions that we've heard. I already know what works and what doesn't, and nothing has worked at all. And all we can say is that we've never found that to be the case when we actually sit down to do a chart. This is too overwhelming. I don't recall what's been tried, and I can't remember what my mood was last week, much less a year ago. Well, we've developed techniques for getting information that are almost always successful. We use multiple sources of information. We get those records, interviews, and then we guide the interview by selecting events and helping you to recall what was going on. I can't wait for an answer. I need one right now. Well, we certainly understand that feeling, but we also know that a process that will greatly increase the likelihood of finding a solution to a problem that has been a burden for months or years can be extraordinarily valuable. Why can't you just do a brain scan and figure out what treatments to use? Despite what is sometimes said by enthusiasts, brain scans are not currently useful for clinical purposes. They can clearly show abnormal function in many mental disorders, but that information doesn't readily translate into treatment recommendations. In conclusion, one of our clients had this to say: "The importance of the retrospective mood chart is significant and profound. Like many good things, conceptually it's really quite simple and elegant. In essence, the chart encapsulates in a single comprehensive document the mental, physical, and emotional state of an individual on a monthly basis over a significant time horizon. It also obviates the need for future healthcare providers to amass and weigh through a morass of medical charts. I am deeply moved by and appreciative of our collaborative effort." For more information, go to our website, search for the National Institute for Mental Health Retrospective Mood Charting Manual, and that's www.gatewaypsychiatric.com.